This is Corey Rice, and this is my answers to the questions for the leadership position of the fall guard season, or the fall season of 2018's guard. And the first question, it says, if the people you know were asked why you should be the captain of the color guard, what would they say? And my response to that is, I think I am a good influence with my friends, and they see me as kind of like the mom of the group with a lot of situations. I'm usually like the one carrying band-aids and doing things like helping others, and I'm usually a lot of fun if I'm in a good mood and stuff. And I like to be really energetic and inspire a lot of people, and that's one of my passions, and that's one of the things that I really like to do, is to make people laugh and make people have a good time. And so I think the people around me and the friends that I carry with myself would agree that I have a nice outgoing personality and that I love to be around people and do things with them. Okay, and number 2 says, what are your goals for the 2017 Brookwood Color Guard, and how do you think being captain will help you achieve them? My goals, personally, is to get better at what I'm doing, but for the whole color guard, I would say to be a better color guard and to be more together and have a more close-knit guard. Like last year, we did not do the color guard sleepover, and I felt detached from some of the girls. Like, we had our own little cliques, and I was so close to everybody, but I wasn't as close as I could have been. And so that's one of my goals, is to become closer with everybody and to become like a really good family. And that's something that I really strive to do. And another goal would be, of course, to get first at competition and be an outstanding guard and always put our best foot forward for Brookwood. Okay. And number 3, what do you expect from a captain of the color guard? Well, I expect the captain to be someone who you want to look up to, someone who you want, like I'm sorry. Okay. Oh, okay. So I expect them to be someone that I can look up to and someone that makes me want to do better. Oh my gosh. I'm so sorry. My sister keeps calling my mom and I'm in her room, so I'm sorry. So what do you expect? Okay. This question. Okay. So I expect them to inspire me and inspire other people on the guard and want them to do the best that they can, because to be honest, it's really hard working for someone when you know that they don't put their best foot forward. I want them to be a good guard member. I want them to have experience. I want them to be able to teach me different things that maybe I'm having trouble with or anyone's having trouble with. And I want them to be able to have fun with guard and enjoy the sport as it is, and definitely not complain or anything. And that's what I expect from the captain of the color guard. Okay, number 4, and it says, how do you feel about being a role model at all times, and what do you think that means? Being a role model at all times, I think, is kind of a hard job for me personally, because I conform easily to people. I don't have that much of a backbone, and I'd say that's one of my biggest weaknesses as a person of authority, is because I always strive for the best and to have people look up to me, and so I would have a lot of pressure of being a role model. But I think having younger people look up to me, it makes me feel better in a way, because it makes me feel like I'm valued, kind of like now that I'm older and I have more experience with guard and experience with people around me, and my people skills have gotten better because I'm in theater and stuff. So it is going to be a lot of pressure for sure, but I think that pressure can mold me into a better personality, better person. And my theater teacher actually always says, if you want to get better at something, then you should go out of your comfort zone. And so I think becoming a role model at all times and becoming that leader will help me as personally become a better as a person. Okay, number 5, why is being the captain of the guard important to you? It's important to me because it's my senior year, and I know that seniority does not mean that you should be able to become leadership or gives you the right to become the captain, but it's really something that I've been wanting to do for a while, and something that I didn't have like the confidence in doing. But now that after this past winter guard season and being put in that place of authority and being able to kind of have that role, I feel like I'm really ready for that. And I feel like it is so important to me because I feel like this will make me better as a person and help me through things that are going on in my life if I can be that leader for someone instead of being a follower to everyone else kind of thing. Because, so, yeah, I think that's why. Okay, number 6. What do you think is the most difficult part of being a captain, and have you prepared yourself if chosen? And how have you prepared yourself if chosen? And so I think the hardest part is definitely confrontation with the girls if something were to happen. And I think the biggest thing to me is how to handle something if like drama occurs or like trouble ensues. Like, how will I fix that, and how will I make it look to or not how I make it look, but like how could I present this in the best situation I can, and how can I handle this situation maturely and do everything that I can to figure this thing, whatever it is, like an argument between girls, or someone's upset, or I just need to be there for someone. I think that's one of the biggest things that I'm going to have to deal with. Difficult, yeah. How I prepared myself is I like getting myself in that mindset of I can do it, and if I just like breathe in and be calm about it and handle it in the most mature way I can, and if I'm really having problems, I know I will have other leadership to help me that I can lean on, and I have prior knowledge with being in a leadership position with being stage manager for theater and stuff. And so that's how I prepare myself. And number 7, it says, what major challenge outside of color guard, did you face last year, and how did you overcome it? A major challenge? Other than color guard, I would say for the past like year and a half, I had been struggling with bulimia, and and I'm getting better, and I think that's one of the biggest challenges I've ever had in my entire life, and I'm still striving to overcome it and get through it and stuff, but I know that I have like people around me and I know that I can use Colorguard and as a distraction and other things that like help me to become a better person and become better for my family and all the people around me. And I think it's just that great support system that I have, and my friends and my family and everyone, they like all helped me through it. And so did Colorguard, because it's like one of the greatest things that's ever happened to me is Colorguard. It's one of my favorite things to do. Yeah. Okay, so number 8, it says, what was your overall biggest accomplishment and how did you feel? How did it feel to overcome doubt? Well, I'm going to say 2 things. The first one was, again, with the bulimia and stuff, and it's about self-doubt and how I overcame this, like, self-doubt. Once, like, I still go back into relapses and everything. I still feel like the fight is not over with any eating disorders, ever over, but I feel like I've gotten better, and that's one of my greatest accomplishments, I think, personally, is getting through that time in my life and that depression and everything, and kind of becoming confident in myself. And it felt so great to overcome that self-doubt that I had in myself and in my own abilities and stuff. And the second one, I guess with Colorguard, it would have to be getting my 5 on Saber. And I remember like working so hard in my backyard, just keep going at it, and because I really worked hard on getting that triple my first season of Winter Guard. And it was kind of the same repetition to get my 5. And even though like I came out of it with like bruised up forearms and my hands were hurting, it was like the greatest feeling to finally catch it and solid, and then for like Tavius or Josh to be like, that was a great catch, solid catch, Corey. I think that's all worth it. And it's not other people that make me feel accomplished, it's what I accomplished myself with all that practicing and stuff. Okay. And number 9, what do you do personally to handle pressure or stress? Personally, I rifle. I do rifle because it's nice to feel that weight in your hand doing drop spins or like triples or doubles. And I can catch it solidly, and that makes me feel better, because like when you feel that control of it in the air and catch it, or the control of drop spins, or it's just like a fidgeting kind of movement, steady movement, that really helps me with stress and anxiety and stuff. Also, music is really good for me, and it can be any music. Like, I listen to like a super big wide variety of music, and that just helps me out. And I guess the last one would be podcasts. That's how I go to sleep, is I listen to like Good Mythical Morning, if you've ever heard of that, and podcasts and just people talking about like just different things, and so that helps me. Number 10, what leader or leaders do you look up to and why? I would say that I look up, there's a lady at my church, and her name is Kelly Hogue, and I look up to her a lot because I feel like she has a really good things set out for her, and I feel like her life is in a place where I want my life to go, and so I look up to her. And she's a young women's leader, which is like women from 12 to 18 are in a certain class in my church, and she kind of helps us out with everything, and she's like one of my only like people that I trust and can talk to at church. And so she's one of a really big leader and that I look up to, and she just like makes me feel better about everything, because I don't really have that many friends at church, and she's just kind of there for me, even though she's like 26 and has a child. And then I guess my second person would be Tavius. It's kind of awkward because, okay, I look up to Tavius because I feel like he is a father kind of role, but not, he's like an older brother more, like, not a father, but I guess he's like the older brother that you want to impress and that you want to be able to make them feel proud for what you have accomplished. And so I look up to Tavius the most. Yeah, and I really strive to make him proud, and he's a really good leader to me because he inspires me and he makes me want to get better. And like, even though I'm not the most graceful at dance, he makes me want to become like this big giant dancer because of the beautiful ways his body moves. And it's just so great to see someone doing what they love and their passion, and that's why I like to see Tavius as a leader, and I look up to him. Number 11, what is one assumption that people make about you that is dead wrong? That I'm happy all the time. I'm definitely not chipper and bubbly and happy all the time. I have my downs and I have my ups, and I am really good at putting on a face and being this kind of character I put in my brain of happy-go-lucky all the time. And yeah, I am happy-go-lucky a lot of the time, but I also I'm like kind of like a roller coaster, and I can go really high and I can go really down, and it's kind of sucks because like in my brain, like everything is always happening, but on the outside I have a calm, cool composure. And so I guess a lot of people think that I'm really calm and happy and bubbly all the time, but I guess I'm not. Okay, number 12, do you think that it's possible for older members of the Colorguard to respect a younger leader, and why? Sorry, I cannot read. I guess it would depend on which older people and which younger people you're talking about, because I feel like it would be hard for me personally, and I'm just like saying random names to kind of give an example. Like to say Allie Morales. I love her to death, and I think she would be a great leader, but I really think it would be hard for me to respect her in the leadership position because she's so much younger than me, and she does not have the same capabilities on Colorguard as I do. She has a great personality, and I can see her being in leadership one day, but maybe it's just hard for older people to put themselves in the shoes and respect that younger member. And it would definitely be hard to respect a younger leader. But I think, personally, it depends on the capability of the member and how much of a leader they can be. And I am willing to kind of put away my pride and kind of let that younger member step up to the plate, because I think that if that younger member is better at me than being the leader, then I will accept it, because I know I'm not the best candidate because I am a people pleaser. I know I am. And if that person can be a better leader, then I will respectfully give that position of leader to them. But it's just kind of hard because I've been on it kind of like longer, and I have more experience with the whole techniques and challenges, I guess, that comes with Colorguard, and that I wouldn't see how they would be able to teach like I would be able to teach. Like, it's just, yeah. I lost my place. Tell me about one time you broke a rule you know you shouldn't have. Ooh. I broke a rule. That one's really hard. I don't know why. That one's a good question. Tell me about a time you broke a rule when you know you shouldn't have. Well, I don't really try to do things like deliberately. I don't really know one. I've broken a rule. Well, I've lied about things that I've done, but I don't know if that would count as like deliberately break. I guess it would. Okay, so my mom was going out, and she has this strict rule that when we were younger that we weren't allowed to go outside when she wasn't in the house. And so my oldest sister Brittany was watching over us, and she was being like super bossy, so I didn't want to stay inside. I wanted to go outside and just play around, because I lived in Arkansas and we were just like in the middle of like the country, and that's what we did for fun, was go outside. And so I decided I was going to run away. And so I kind of like packed a bag and I made it down like a block of road before my sister came up on a scooter and was like, hey, go back to the house, kind of thing. But it was like on some like sheer luck that my mom was like driving down the road and she saw us, and I was like, oh no, she sees us, we're gonna get in so much trouble. So yeah, we got in trouble because we were outside when my mom said specifically that we weren't supposed to. And so I guess that's breaking a rule. Yeah, so I'm gonna go on. 14, do you think that you have always exemplified your idea of a great leader, and how do you think you can improve? I can improve on being a great leader if I can learn to explain things better. First of all, I can be a better teacher for that, and I think leaders and teachers kind of go together. So how I can improve is I can be more confident in what I know and more able to not be a people pleaser and kind of have that backbone for myself kind of thing. And so I think, honestly, yes, I exemplify my idea. It may not be the same as other people's ideas of a great leader, but for me personally, I think I do. Number 15, and finally, what makes you the best candidate for captain of the Brookwood Color Guard? I think I make the best candidate because I am able to have a calm composure and be mature about different situations that I'm put in, and I am able to do tasks on time, and I'm able to inspire others, and I think that's what a leader is all about. And I'm able to have a positive attitude and have fun in practice, because I really do have fun in practice, because color guard is one of my passions. And I think this is what makes a great candidate for the Brookwood Color Guard, is someone who wants the color guard to strive to the best of their abilities and always show what this Brookwood Color Guard is made of and kind of thing. And so that's why I think I would be the best candidate for the captain. And so I guess that's my video. Bye. Thank you.